Hey guys, so I actually filmed this video that you're just watching right now and about an hour of content earlier today, and it was all out of focus because I'm not wearing my glasses and I can't see when things are in focus or not because of the tiny viewfinder over there. So I just figured out that you can see stuff on your laptop if you just use like a software for it. So I figured all of that out now, and hopefully everything is in focus. It is a little bit delayed over there, so I'm gonna try and just focus, but is it out of focus? I'm gonna keep on working on this. I don't know if you guys have been saying that my video goes in and out of focus. I'm trying to figure this out. I think it struggles to find my eyes through glasses, but without glasses I can't see. So sometimes I might go in and out of focus, but trust me, that's better than just the whole video being out of focus, because I had to set it to manual focus and I wasn't manually focusing it properly. So hopefully it stays somewhat in focus for you guys. And yeah, so today we're talking about SssniperWolf. I've already literally discussed this whole thing for like 25 minutes, and she is putting fellow commentary creators in security danger with her antics. So today we're talking about doxing and releasing of personal information on the internet. And if you guys don't want your personal information released on the internet, then use NordVPN and go on nordvpn.com/AngelikaOles, or just click the link in the description. If you guys don't know what NordVPN is, it is a VPN service that allows you to protect your information and your data while using the internet. NordVPN has multiple different benefits and features. For example, it protects from malicious sites, downloads, trackers, and intrusive ads, which is like the most annoying thing about navigating the internet. Sometimes I just want to find a recipe and instead I'm getting viruses. You can also secure your internet connection by putting all of your internet data behind a wall of next generation encryption. I always struggle with that sentence. They also have a strict no logs policy, so all of your data stays completely safe and out of everyone's business. Now, there are servers everywhere, so it's super easy to use NordVPN, which has thousands of servers worldwide. You can literally access most places. And with things like Netflix subscriptions getting more expensive, what seems to be every other day, I want to wring out as much content from my subscription service as possible, and that's amazing. With obviously having access to 60 different countries, you get 60 variations of Netflix. So just another way to use your NordVPN service, and you can use it across multiple devices, that be your phones, laptops, tablets. So it just gives you great access to your NordVPN service, which is great value for money. So like I said, if you guys want to protect your internet connection today, go on nordvpn.com/AngelikaOles, or just click the link in the description. And thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring today's video. So I'm just gonna go over all of that, subscribe with the bell icon for engagement, and I'll see you guys. No, that's literally my outro. It is 9 p.m. I'm filming too late. My brain is not even working anymore. There are multiple issues with this situation. I was actually DM'd by Mad Catster when the lawsuit happened, and he basically just sent me a DM saying that a lawsuit is happening against SssniperWolf and that he's covering it, and if I want help, essentially like his video is available, which I really appreciated. But at the time I think I was just covering other things, and I'm also not super aware of SssniperWolf. Like, I obviously know who she is, I know some past dramas, but I'm not like 100%. I've never covered her before, I'm pretty sure, so it's just kind of like a topic that I needed to look a little bit more into. Since then I have. There are a few people that obviously cover her really well, one of them being JacksFilms, another being, I found a guy called Umpaville, and he has multiple videos about her that are super, I'm like losing all vocab today. So there are a bunch of different kind of separate issues. Some of them I might just touch on, some of them I will delve into. So there are past issues, then there's the lawsuit, and then there's JacksFilms. So past issues include things like photoshopping her pictures and lying about it, which a lot of people have called out. That is kind of like an issue that just plagues the internet in 2023. Everyone's photoshopping their content and no one wants to say that they're photoshopping it. She photoshops pictures for Instagram allegedly, that's Facetune, Photoshop, etc. But also heavy filtering on her YouTube videos can be fixed with like a ring light. I think my ring light makes me look smoother than I do in person, but heavily filtering plus like ring light and stuff, and maybe there's even some filters added on top of her YouTube videos, and it basically is just like fake, and it promotes unrealistic beauty standards. Another one, I guess, on that note is not admitting to plastic surgeries or outright denying plastic surgeries until people have like been calling her out, but she's still denying it. If she has since then acknowledged that she did get plastic surgeries or cosmetic procedures, do let me know. But from what I've seen, she has gone out of her way to deny these things, like a nose job. She's definitely gotten lip filler. Some people think she's had body augmentations. There's obviously things that she's just lying about. showing her character that she doesn't want to admit the truth, even if the truth is smacking all of us in the face. Then there's some weird stuff, like as conventionally attractive as she was, and people thought that was weird. I mean, I think out of everything, that would make her look like a better person because that means she's not shallow. But I think people thought there were like some suspicious ulterior motives, which turns out kind of were. Overall, bad content. That's just like a broad thing. She's definitely picked content over the years that is low effort but high view count, based on it being aimed at either a young audience or an audience of men who are thirsty to watch attractive women do things. That's a group of people on the internet. She's definitely gone through a few phases, one of them being gaming, and that is another area that she has lied in, aka she faked gameplay. She would hold the controller and then she would be reacting to gameplay essentially, because that gameplay allegedly wasn't hers. And a lot of people basically figured this out because they would see her move her controller in a certain way, but the character on screen would be doing something completely different, and it would basically be like, hey, you're basically just reacting to gameplay content pretending that it's yours. But it was never like 100% confirmed until now. And then last thing, I guess, in the past issues, Marky recently covered this whole situation, and his channel was nearly removed because she sent him multiple copyright strikes, which they were false anyway, but she could have sent claims, but instead she chose to send strikes because she didn't like the content that he was making about her, and that took his channel down, but he had it reinstated because the copyright strikes were false. Now I wonder why her channel wasn't taken down since the copyright strikes were false, but it goes to show she's been the golden child of YouTube for a while. She has a very good CPM from what people have heard, and I mean, you can look at her house and figure that much out ourselves. She speaks at different YouTube events, YouTube tweets about her all the time, so clearly she is someone who is highly rated by YouTube as a corporation for some reason. I guess she just brings a lot of views to the platform, so that's obviously that. Then there's the two other issues. Let's start with the lawsuit, just to get it out the way. There is an article about it by The Messenger, and it says YouTube star SssniperWolf sued by estranged husband, former collaborator, for breach of contract. And he's suing for breach of contract and financial misdoings related to her channel, which has more than 34 million subscribers. I can't even begin to imagine. Her name's Aaliyah. And but I'm just gonna call her SssniperWolf. That's what most people know her by. Her estranged husband is called Evan Young, and he's basically suing for his earnings for his role in their joint company Channel Red. So he alleges that he and Aaliyah are 50% members and managers of Channel Red, which includes obviously her channels, which produces content for several of the couple's YouTube channels, including SssniperWolf, Young's channel, Mr. Sausage Boy, and her personal channel called Little Leah. And after the pair filed for divorce in late 2022, Young says that Aaliyah created new channels to divert earnings to herself, and she is also accused of taking hard drives and phones that belong to Channel Red and refusing to give them to Young. She is a reaction channel, meaning she shares her thoughts and opinions on other creators' videos. I actually think that's pretty generous to say that she actually shares her thoughts and opinions, because I don't know if just saying, wow, oh my god, bro, is really sharing her thoughts, but that's besides the point. I mean, that is the whole point of today's video. The channel began as a gaming channel in which she was shown seemingly playing videos, including Call of Duty and Metal Gear Rising Resistance. And he says that they have split the earnings for the SssniperWolf channel, which obviously has more than 34 million subscribers on the platform, but since the channel was founded, and is seeking the payment he is owed since the pair split. In total, the YouTuber faces 7 claims, including breach of fiduciary duty, breach of contract, interference with contractual relations, and business expectancy, and more. Now, in the August 17th filing, Young also alleges that he has been the one creating her content for years. He writes her scripts, curates content, and edits videos, while she is just the face of the channel. He says, while Shailesh was the face of the SssniperWolf YouTube channel, Young is and was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations. The filing states, including but not limited to concept origination and development, script writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel, and market research and analysis, among other things. I mean, that is like so much that he is doing. Does she do anything? I don't know. This seems like a pretty good deal for her to get 50% of the earnings but do about 5% of the work. I'm jealous. This suit also seemingly confirms previous rumors that she did not create her video game content herself and instead reacted to gameplay footage created by her ex-husband. Most notably, the gameplay footage depicted on the SssniperWolf YouTube channel was played and recorded by Young, while Shailesh merely read and reacted to the gameplay according to those certain concepts and scripts prepared by Young. So he would say like, hey, I do this, and then I do this, and then I win this match, and I do this, so just react like that. Because he obviously created the footage. Young is seeking at least $15,000 in attorney fees and other punitive damages. I mean, I'm assuming he's also demanding half of the money that she makes. That's way more than $15,000. I think she makes way more than $15,000 per video, let alone just like, but obviously that's just for attorney fees, but I'm saying like that is the lowest number probably in this whole lawsuit. And then they go into the JacksFilms stuff, which I'm actually going to go into sometime now. So that's obviously one thing, the lawsuit. That's not great. That was in August. Now we're in October. What happens? JacksFilms posts this video himself that you can watch if you want to know more about the situation from his kind of point of view. But essentially, he has made it a mission to expose lazy and exploitative content, like lazy reaction content mainly. In the past, he has focused on a guy called Jinx, which was actually, I mean, he was bullied off the platform, but he would go even above what SssniperWolf does, and he would basically sit down, watch the whole video in full, not say anything, and then at the end just like spend 30 seconds maybe talking about the video, and then that would be it. Like, he literally wouldn't react at all. You might as well have been watching the video yourself. SssniperWolf at least throws in a little bro or something. Anyway, so he's basically created a separate channel called JacksFilms, where he reacts to her reactions, sometimes even grades her reactions, sometimes he plays bingo with her reactions because she uses the same phrases over and over again. And a lot of people like Impaville have pointed out a few things. For example, she will reuse the same reaction clips to bulk out the video to 8 minutes, otherwise she can't put mid-rolls in, which limits the AdSense. There are also allegations that she doesn't actually react to the TikToks, but instead just has a Google Docs open with like a script of phrases that she needs to say, which is how it would make sense that her reactions are always the same, because in her glasses you can see a reflection of just like a Google Docs document, but not TikTok videos. Now that actually blows my mind. If that's how lazy we're going with this whole thing, that's obviously insane. I'm hoping for my own mental sanity that what's happening is she has 2 monitors, and this one has a Google Docs document of like TikToks that she clicks through, so she doesn't have to look for them. Like maybe she just has them in links, and then somewhere here or here she has the actual TikToks that she's reacting to, but it's not reflecting in her glasses. Because if that is not the case and she is just reading out a script and not even reacting to the TikToks on her React channel, I'm going to lose my mind. So that was just a few little bits and blips. Oh, and sometimes she even throws in just like a random TikTok in the middle of her video just to bulk up the content, but she doesn't actually react to it. So it was never like intended in the reaction plan. It was just like while editing, they were like, oh, we don't have enough content. Let's just throw in a random TikTok in the middle of the video and bulk up the content. Okay, so going into it now. JacksFilms essentially has this channel. She doesn't like it. She tweets a lot about him, posts a lot about how unhappy she is with how, you know, he's harassing her and all this stuff. Now, I'm not saying it's harassment. I'm just saying that's what she probably thinks. Now, would I want someone to create a whole channel dedicated to how much they hate my content? Probably not. But would I also then go out of my way to dox them? No, I obviously wouldn't. Now, she also gives no credit to the original TikTok people. So obviously when Jack reacts to the reaction to the TikToks, he will credit the original TikTokers. And she actually goes out of her way to like cover up the name of the TikToker. So she's literally going out of her way to not credit people. So recently he was on live playing a game with his friends, and at the same time she was at a shoot somewhere. She said on her Instagram story that she is 5 minutes away from where JacksFilms lives. Now he obviously didn't give her his address, so she must have found it on Google, which she does confirm later on that she couldn't have doxed him because his address is on Google, as if he is the one that put it on Google. Obviously someone else doxed him, and then she continued to dox him to her millions of followers. So she puts up a poll on her Instagram saying, should I go to his house, yes or no? Now, I don't even want to know the results of that poll because I know her audience is probably children, so maybe they thought it was funny. So then she pulls up to his house, takes a picture outside of his house, like of the house, and says, let's talk like adults at JacksFilms, which obviously shows his whole house. She said it was 5 minutes from her shoot. If someone can figure out what her shoot was, it's not difficult to then put 2 and 2 together, go on Zillow and find out where he lives. So his friends on live tell him about this, and he gets off live and he obviously reacts to it. He puts some tweets out saying how violating it is to have his house put on the internet to millions of people. Obviously it being somewhere deep in some weird forum somewhere is very different to it being on a massive Instagram account. So that's obviously the difference. She then kind of like doesn't take it seriously. She's posting things like, we pull up to your house, what you doing? Or she says that she wouldn't even know how to dox someone. Like, she doesn't know how to dox someone. It's literally as if I killed someone and said, I don't even know how to kill someone, so I can't have been guilty of murder because I don't know how to kill someone. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, she has been in the past arrested for armed robbery, which obviously isn't a great look. Not that people can't change, it's just not a great look. So since then, YouTube has been kind of avoiding the topic. I mean, they have been recently hyping her up, so this is kind of poor timing. But people have been tweeting at Team YouTube, and they've been getting kind of bot reactions or just like evading answers. I mean, YouTube on multiple occasions have admitted in tweets that doxing is against their community guidelines, and then with this, they weren't kind of you know, reacting the way people wanted them to, and SssniperWolf was not taking this seriously at all. And finally, recently, YouTube put up a statement saying that they were going to temporarily demonetize SssniperWolf's channel. Now, temporary demonetization means who knows what, you know, 2 days, 5 days, a week, a month, who knows. People wanted deplatforming. So I think temporary demonetization is just not cutting it for some people, including JacksFilms probably. And then she put out a statement essentially alluding to the fact that she's sorry because she got demonetized, and that she has talked to YouTube about this and now she's sorry because she wasn't sorry before all of this went down with the demonetization. So I'm assuming her and YouTube had a little chat. They said, we'll demonetize you for a little bit. You say sorry. This might go away. And it's not a great look for anyone, really. It's more of a slap on the wrist than anything. She's made enough money as it is until now, and she will continue to make money once the demonetization, like, suspension is up. So people are definitely not happy with how much this has been swept under the rug because of how much she's put Jack and his wife in danger. Because, I mean, she has 34 million subscribers. She has 5.6 million followers on Instagram, and realistically, at least one of those people could be batshit crazy and they would do something to JacksFilms because JacksFilms wronged their favorite content creator. I mean, since then, she has literally posted nothing of relevance to her Instagram stories, and that's that. So, I didn't really want to talk about this until we had some kind of concrete answers from SssniperWolf or YouTube, and now we have concrete answers from them, I guess. I mean, this is all they're gonna say about it, so take it or leave it, I guess. I feel so bad for JacksFilms. Obviously, I don't have to explain to you guys. You're all mature people. You know why doxing is wrong, so I don't have to explain that. That feels unnecessary, but I just wanted to address it now that it has been addressed by every party. I mean, it hasn't been addressed to everyone's standard, but it's been addressed nonetheless. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.